What's going on, guys? In this video, we are going to go over my decision between the John boat and the pond prowler. You've been waiting a long time for this update, and I'm ready to give it to you. Let's get started. So it's been a while since I uploaded that last video, and you guys are going to find out why in this video. But let's run through the choices here. So the first one that we were trying to decide between is the John boat and the pond prowler. I wanted to have something that I could throw in the back of my truck. I did have a regular John boat before, 14-foot aluminum. I can't just pick that up and put it in the bed of my truck. It had a motor on it, all these little gadgets and gimmicks on it, and so I had to pull it on a trailer. I didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted something to just throw in the bed of the truck so I can pull up to site, pull it out of the bed of the truck, and then just get to fishing. So I had it down to the John boat and the pond prowler. What attracted me to the John boat is the speed. When I launched out of places like Cockroach Bay, it's quite a distance that I needed to go to, at least paddling. It took about 40 minutes to about an hour to get to where I needed to get to start fishing. And so the John boat, the way that one was set was good for speed. So I can cover a long distance even with a weak motor, like a 3 to 5 horsepower, and get to where I'm going pretty quickly. And the benefits of the pond prowler, what I really liked about that is the stability of the pond prowler and that it was a little bit wider. Cons of the John boat, I didn't like how unstable it was, even though it did have a lot of room for me to bring a bunch of stuff, which is always good. You can never have too much gear, I guess, depending on the situation. But I didn't like how unstable it was. And what I didn't like about the pond prowler is I didn't like how wide it was in terms of from the side, from the outside to the end of the boat. So it was a sail. And so essentially if it was windy, you were just getting blown all over the place. Now, when I made that first video asking your guys' opinion, you gave me lots of information, a lot of good things to think about that I didn't think about before because I've never owned any one of those boats as plastic boats. Having some experience from my aluminum John boat gave me some idea of what I was getting into, but we're talking about a significant weight difference. That makes a difference when you're out there. So the first thing I'll tell you is, which one did I not choose? Did I choose the John boat? Did I choose the pond prowler? Or did I choose something else entirely? Well, what I can tell you, the one that I did not choose was the John boat. The reason I didn't choose the John boat is because even though it was fast, the area that I was living in at the time, I could still get to everywhere relatively quickly. On the kayak, it took a little while because of the type of kayak that I had. But if I would have put a motor on any of the boats that I choose, then I could have gotten there significantly faster. And so speed wasn't really what I cared about. What I really cared about was stability, but also still having space for the things that I like to bring with me. And so if I want to travel light, I could travel light on the John boat, just don't put a bunch of stuff in it. But if I wanted to bring a bunch of gear with me, either because I had a second person or because I was going to do some type of like extensive overnighter on like a close by island or something like that, I would have had plenty of room to bring a bunch of gear with me via the John boat. But with where my channel was going, that was not the boat that I felt was going to suit us best. So that leads us to the pond prowler. So the pond prowler, like I said, I absolutely love how much stability that boat has. You can literally stand on either side of the gunnel, bounce up and down and not flip the boat over, which is awesome for me. I absolutely love that because I like to stand up and walk around and move around on a John boat. At least on that John boat that we were talking about, you just can't do that comfortably without feeling like you're going to fall right out the boat. Even when you make sharper turns on the boat, the John boat, you feel like you're going to get thrown out of it. And at least on the pond prowler being the pontoon style, that's not a problem that you have. You do have to deal with wind because, like I said, the side of that boat is a sail. But even with that, it did seem like that was going to be the better choice between those two. However, I did not choose the pond prowler either. So what did I choose? The reason I didn't choose the pond prowler is because of what I actually chose. And what I actually chose to do was to put my house up for rent, put all of my stuff in storage, and move me and my wife all the way out here to Hawaii. I know that's a big jump from John boat, pond prowler, moving out to Hawaii. Moving out to Hawaii has been a lifelong dream for my wife in particular. And I'm the type of person, I mean, come on, you've been on this channel for a while. I love adventure and I want to go where we can get it. And Hawaii is a great place to have adventures. And so our business outside of this YouTube channel is doing well. It has afforded us to come out here. We're not going to be out here permanently, but definitely for a few years. And so we have lots and lots of really fun adventures. I could get the John boat or the pond prowler out here. Lots of streams. We've got some lakes out here, some reservoirs out here. So it may still happen. We'll see. And then whenever we leave, I'll just sell it to somebody here who can get some great use out of it. So that's still on the table. And so the fishing videos aren't going to go away, but you're definitely going to get a lot more adventures out of this channel. So I didn't choose either one. If I would have stayed home, what would I have chosen? I think you guys have already figured that out. 100% it would have been the pond prowler. It's just the best boat for the money. Really cool modifications you can do to it. Not that you can't do modifications to a John boat, because you can. But the pond prowler was just the best. It's the best size for the bed of my truck. It's a light carry for me, and anything I want to put on it, I can put on it. And the inside of the boat is so empty in the middle that it's perfect for me to just lay down. I'm 5'10". I can lay down in the whole thing, completely stretched out in a sleeping bag. I could have done overnighters on the John boat. That 100% would have been my choice. So sorry for the long-awaited video to give you guys my choice, but now you know what it was. So let me know what you guys would have chosen if you didn't have either one, or if you don't have either one, which one would have done it for you. Like, subscribe, more videos are coming out. Life is outside, guys. Go have fun.